Yeah. Are you subscribed?
Yeah, I'm subscribed. Are you subscribed?
I'm subscribed. Are you subscribed?
If not, do it now.
It's only two buttons.
What is going on, everybody? C2 Wrestling back with a Friday afternoon SmackDown review, hailing from France, Leon, France, right?
From Green Bay. Uh,
Wisconsin.
from
That
Leon,
never
France,
gets
yes.
old. Leon, France, another international show, obviously leading up to this Sunday clash in Paris, in which your boys, C2 Wrestling, Honorary Us Alec, and Patty V will be live. Championship on the line. So you got to be hanging out with us on Sunday. But for tonight or this afternoon, hell of an ending to SmackDown. Sami Zayn captures the United States Championship, beats Solo Sikoa 1, 2, 3, right in the middle of the ring. Some interferences, gets MFT out of the way. What do you think?
It is just how we were talking about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. How this is Jey Uso 2.0 in the fact that here's the little test run with the mid card title, build up the resume a hair more, adds to the story, also buys a few more weeks to this potential War Games matchup if they do go this route. I don't see Sammy holding the title for long, but it kills a few weeks before he starts getting that build towards the Rumble. It's a good predictable.
Yeah, it is a good predictable. I don't know if this one was that predictable. I think we are just on top of it with this kind of storytelling here. I mean, we clocked this one. This is the test run for Sami Zayn holding a title above the level of the United States Championship, and it might come off the back of a Royal Rumble win. We've been saying it week in and week out at this point. It is the Jey Uso 2.0 run, just like you just said, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it in the sense of that U.S. title, like pre LA Knight, was stale for a bit. LA Knight had a run, drops at the Shinsuke. That run was stale again. LA Knight gets it back. Now we got Solo, Fatu. We got Sami Zayn getting it. Sami Zayn probably doesn't hold it long, like you said. I'm for it. Hot potato that title around a little bit. Let's get some runs for some people. It also just adds another accolade to Sami Zayn's career. When he does end up winning a world championship, that's a Grand Slam champion, Sami Zayn. I'm looking forward to the run. I think they'll run back Sammy Solo for a little bit. Maybe Fatu, even though he's also a baby face, maybe he somehow sneaks the title back. Oh, sorry. I would love to see, though, one way or another, maybe we start transitioning that title to an Aleister Black, a Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, get him involved, get the title kind of out of the MFT feud after Sami Zayn and get it onto some even newer faces as well.
So I think when the title gets out of this story, because granted, Solo may win it back fairly quick.
Mm-hmm.
Fatu could win it. Who knows? When the title gets out of this story, whether it's Mello, Aleister Black, Damian Priest, who knows, that title reign will be the long one. That will
Yes. Yep.
be the one 200 something days,
Mm-hmm.
multiple title defenses. That'll be the one that, has the long tenure because we've now hot potatoed a little bit. Not too bad. Not like, these are 2 week reigns. These aren't, Vince level of random title changes. They kind of make sense. And, Solo won the title, what, like 2 months ago, maybe?
Yeah, roughly. Yep.
About 2 months ago. So that's like a fair, all right, give it to him for 2 months, give it to the next guy for a month or two, give it to the next person. Fatu held it for like 2 months as well. Like, they're on that perfect, like, all right, give a few people the title in a 6 to 8 month stretch. The next person out of this story will be the long, whether it's Carmelo, whether it's an Aleister Black, whoever it is, that'll be the, all right, here we go. Not, maybe not Gunther level, but creeping towards that Logan 200 something day reign. So, yeah, I love it. I think we were kind of all over this, and this is a great spot to do it in France. Crowd was great.
It is my only, and this is very slight. It is great to do it in France. I love titles changing on weekly shows here and there too. Makes sense. But I think it could have been done at Clash in Paris. I love that the tag title match makes the slot for Clash in Paris. We'll get into that shortly. But maybe you could have fast-tracked the tag title match and done that on SmackDown, assuming titles aren't changing hands. Maybe this could have been an even slightly bigger moment if it happened at Clash in Paris. But regardless, we got a new United States champion. It's a big moment one way or another.
I actually disagree with that. I'm actually glad it was on SmackDown because it was 25 minutes. Like
It was, yes, it did get time.
it
It would have been half the time if it was
yeah,
on
and
Sunday for
they
sure.
told their story like the tag match that shit could be 10 minutes on
Yeah.
Sunday. Like that, not saying I hope it's some short match, but the story that they've told, it's kind of already been set up where
Mhm.
it doesn't need to be some long match. With this, few commercial breaks, the interferences, more interferences, they kind of all clear out. This felt like it kind of had to be main event of a SmackDown. If anything, I probably would have given it 2, 3 more weeks of build up to this moment that main event of SmackDown is Sami Zayn versus Solo. Like I completely forgot it was a thing
Mhm.
until the show was going on, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I remember seeing earlier this morning that was a match, and it kind of hit me like Sami Zayn's going to win this title tonight. It's going to happen. I kind of had a feeling. I'm trying to think back, like outside of Big Four PLEs, SummerSlam, Mania, Rumble, Survivor Series doesn't even really count anymore. When was the last time a title has changed hands on a PLE? Like
Is it Solo at Night of Champions or whatever the fuck it was at?
Was it at Night of Champions? Okay, that wasn't Night
Yeah.
of Champions. All right, yeah, so it is that. I feel like it doesn't happen as much as it used to outside of the Big Four or then the Raw and SmackDown moments now, which again, it is great for Raw and SmackDown, don't get me wrong. But I want them to add a little bit of worth to some of these PLE cards. Clash in Paris, again, in our prediction video, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. But I think it's a great card, especially with the addition of the tag match. But there's some predictability in the title matches themselves, and there tends to be in the non-Big Four PLE title matches.
Yeah, and honestly, like trying to think about it right now, it really might just be Solo's US title run.
Yeah. Outside
Like
of that, it makes me go all the way back to Logan winning against Ray. Wasn't that also at Night of Champions
LA
or
Knight
something?
beat Shinsuke on SmackDown. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me go all the way back to that, which Logan held that belt for a minute without defending it too.
Yeah,
So
because LA Knight Logan was SummerSlam.
yeah, so Logan held it from November till August with 2 defenses in it. Again, that was a long, not great run. So we're dating ourselves a little bit for the last time there's been a title change on a non-big PLE. IC title hasn't changed hands for a minute,
Yeah, Dom won it at Mania.
At Mania, tag titles have been stuck on a lot of people for a minute. They've been flipping back and forth on a lot of Raws at least. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's a great point. Unless we had a women's
That's what I was just trying to think
title.
of was the women's mid card. I couldn't, but Julia won it on a SmackDown. Zelina won it.
What did Becky win it on? Becky,
I didn't care. That's probably why I don't know.
It might be Becky when she beat Lyra.
It could be Becky when she beat Lyra. That wasn't on a Raw. I don't remember that one, to be honest.
I don't remember. I think that might have also been Night of Champions.
It makes me think back to Zelina. Where did Zelina win the U.S. title?
I think on SmackDown.
Was it on Backlash?
I think it was the SmackDown before PLE.
Jeez, I think it just goes to show the women's mid card storylines have not been that prevalent.
We have sidetracked.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll move it on a little bit. Yeah. Tag titles. We'll go into that real quick. Just touch on a little bit more. Profits took on Carmelo and Miz. Melo don't Miz. Keep mixing it up. In the number 1 contenders match, I was pulling for Miz and Melo to get the win. Profits versus Wyatt 6. Profits are great. It's just they're kind of like the boring tag team to me right now because they've just been around the block so much. The backstage segments with not Uncle Howdy, but Bo confronting both tag teams, I love. The backstage segment with the Profits kind of hinted at a potential Profits split. Maybe it was a little bit of foreshadowing for them to officially split up. If this was 5-6 years ago, people were calling for a Montez Ford singles run. So I'd be here for it. I think it's a little bit fresh for the Profits. I think Raw needs tag teams, so I wouldn't hate them sticking together, even though I'm saying they're a little bit stale right now and maybe flip into Raw at some point, freshen it up. But if that's the end goal, split them up. Fine.
Yeah, I texted you. This kind of scratches a few itches as I actually itch my leg. First and foremost, a lot of people, rightfully so, have had their gripes about the Profits not getting tag title matches on a PLE, just one on one team on one
Mm-hmm.
team. So you get that there. Shut up, people. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Also, though, like if the Wyatt Six are going to hold the titles for a bit, as it seems they will, they kind of need to just get the Profits out of the way because it's
Yeah.
like the obvious title defense. And maybe this moves the Profits on to a fresher story of them teasing the split. And Mello don't Miz, I don't think this tag team lasts all that long either. I don't think any of
Mm-hmm.
us expect this to last multiple months. I think this is kind of the bridge for Mello to take that next step. But I do think this is a little bit of the buffer period, the Bruce buffer period for these two teams. They kind of do something quick with the Wyatt Six, and then by the time this moves away, Fraxium can really start to get back in the mix. Andrade and Phoenix can really start to get back in the mix. The machine guns can start to get back in the mix. So I don't hate it. If there was ever a matchup to be put on 2 days before, that I'm like, okay, fine. This is the matchup for me. I just don't think they're there yet with Mello and Miz. That's why they didn't win. Fine. I don't need 30 minutes of this matchup on Sunday. I think the winners are probably quite clear, but also, people, you've got 6 matches. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. And people are still going to be, why isn't there a 7?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be running wild. I think I've been kind of running with the idea that I just like the thought we had of Mello and Miz kind of like sneaking their way into a quick little title run. I don't want the Wyatt Six to drop the belts though either. I do want them to have a little bit of a longer stint with them. So I would have wanted Miz and Mello to win them and then honestly within like a couple weeks at most lose them back. But it's probably not going to go that route. That's okay. Wyatt Six probably beats the Profits. Profits have their own storyline going on after that, perhaps. Wyatt Six get involved in something totally fresh, like you said, Fraxium, Andrade, and Ray. Who knows? But I'm here for it. Tag title match, tag team wrestling on the PLE. I'm never going to complain.
Yeah, I texted you, though, the biggest thing. You know, Raw writers are watching SmackDown and they're like, I'm so confused. Multiple tag team segments and multiple tag teams being used and a tag team title match. Like, what is this, La La Land? Like, yeah, fucking do it. Do it. SmackDown does great with it. Raw,
Huh?
learn.
What's I see here you guys have a tag team match at the PLE. What's a tag team?
Yeah.
Yeah, never
You sure
heard
this
of
isn't
that.
a fatal four-way and you just didn't add the 2 extra
Yeah,
VS in there?
yeah,
You
two
just, yeah.
verses. Yeah,
Yeah, I think you just had a little mess up there. Like,
yeah.
good Christ.
Raw needs to step up the tag division. We've talked about that a bit, but that's for a whole nother video we can get into one day. Continuing on with SmackDown, there's a few other things just to talk about. Some segments between Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. Looks like that's kind of like a holdover feud while Cody is out and about filming Street Fighter. Cody will return. Maybe he was supposed to be there tonight, but has a new child. So that might have taken away some time. Who really knows? But Orton and Drew, sure, a little bit of an extension of their feud. Fine. I mean, Orton's great. Crowd loves to see Orton. They're going to get him on the card one way or another. I want to see Drew in bigger things. So I'm kind of like ready to move it along and get Cody back for it. But it's fine for now.
I mean, this is the matchup I wanted at SummerSlam. So
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, it's a good holdover. Um, again, it makes me laugh because people were like, oh, I don't think Cody's gonna win because he's filming the movie. It's like he's just not gonna be on TV. We act like
Yeah,
we act
yeah,
like the champion's not being on TV for a month is like new with this, how WWE has been. I'm not saying it's a
yeah.
good thing, but that's not the end all be all on why they would make a decision. It is kind of a main event level feud. I
Mm-hmm.
think also this WrestlePalooza show is supposed to be a massive show. Randy Orton's probably going to be on it. So this kind of fits the bill for WrestlePalooza. Um, I do like, though, we're getting back to the teases of Orton. You shouldn't trust Cody. Like, it is still, I know they faced a King of the Ring,
Still hate
and
that.
yep, agreed. But, at least they are using the way they did it, obviously on purpose, to further their story. I'm happy that it was pretty much like a one-off. It enhances the Cody Randy story. The interesting part, though, is although that Cody Randy story is there, Cody Drew is the next one.
Hmm.
So when you start to think about it, Cody's going to be gone for another week or two, whatever. Seems like we'd get Drew Randy at WrestlePalooza. We might not get Cody until WrestlePalooza, like around that time.
Yeah.
When he comes back, he's facing Drew probably at Survivor Series.
Hmm.
Then you start looking, maybe they face again at a Saturday night's main event. I don't know. Cody Orton, not far fetched for Mania. Don't think it'll be, but timeline wise, you're not far off from getting the turn, and we get Cody Orton as a, say, night one main event of Mania 42.
Yeah, we're not far off. It could fit the Rumble slot if they want to
That
fast
too.
track it. It depends on really who wins the Rumble, and it depends a lot on what they want to do with CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Gunther coming back, and Gunther Cody is also a potential Mania main event. Uh, Orton, I do see the heel turn coming eventually. I think it is slotted, as you kind of said, WrestlePalooza. Cody probably returns around there. At first, I would have said Cody Drew is at WrestlePalooza. I still can see a world though where they want Cody on that card as well. ESPN, he's the face of the company right now, so I can see them squeezing him in there one way or another. I do like Cody versus Drew being at Survivor Series, a little different. Get him out of the War Games match. Doesn't need to be involved in that this time around. It's interesting. Orton Cody, probably the best place for it is Mania. I think there's other things you could do to hold over till the Rumble. Hell, I wouldn't even hate Drew winning the championship and Cody, say, winning it back at the Rumble. Give Drew a little bit of a rub here. Again, it's a guy that's been deserving of the flowers for a while now. And, Cody did come off an incredible win against Cena, so he shouldn't just be losing the title to anybody. But I also don't know if I need Cody to have an 8, 10, 12-month title run right now. I kind of want to see that belt hot potato a little bit too. Get some guys that have earned their reps.
Yeah, agreed. And it's kind of interesting, not to steer too far away from Orton Drew. You can make an argument for both of them to have
Mm-hmm.
at least a short little title run. Hell, Cody's first title run, we were saying Orton should be the guy to take the title off of him
Yep.
before it ended up being Cena. I could see that being the case. I could see a quick Drew win, Cody wins it back, and a quick Orton win. And they're not the longest title reigns, but they're enough. They're a couple, especially with these guys taking, a few weeks off where they're not on TV. It kind of adds to their days. When we look back at like Orton's title reigns and Cena's title reigns, a good amount of them weren't crazy long. Like it,
Yeah, I mean, you hold the belt 14 to 17 times,
yeah,
can't
in
be.
20 years,
Mm-hmm.
mathematically you can't have the title for a year each time, I
Yep.
mean, you could, but that'd be insane. So I wouldn't mind it. I think it's still possible. There is always that little underlying thing though of Cody being the guy, and it's just what would they rather? He kind of starts chalking up a couple more title reigns, and so he can get to that 5, 6 number,
Yep.
or he has three and they're all around a year long. Like he held
Mm-hmm.
the title for a combined 1,000 days. I don't know. But it is interesting. Him taking a few weeks off. Good. Congrats on the baby, of course. When he comes back, that's for when I think SmackDown really heats up for the main event scene.
Absolutely. Again, WrestlePalooza, is going to be a big one. You know, you're talking about a few weeks off, but we'll transition to a guy with only really a few weeks left in it, John Cena. He should be a big name involved at WrestlePalooza. I know, makes me want to just fucking bawl my eyes out thinking
My
about it.
TikTok feed, it's like these edits of Cena, and when I tell you, I literally fucking tear up. I'm like, I'm going to fucking ball
It's crazy. This is
when he
like,
retires.
man, like, you know, we're both big sports fans too. Like, we've seen some all timers, all time favorites retire, you know, leave the game forever, and it's heart wrenching. This might be the most heart wrenching one of all time for me. You know, there's been some crazy ones, but this is something else, man.
Yeah, when David Wright retired, that fucking crushed me.
Yeah.
There was a few Eagles that like, you
Hmm.
know, they hurt, like Jason Kelsey's
The big
cried.
one. Yep.
Brandon Graham cried. There's a few
Yeah.
more that'll get to me, but those guys, I mean, they like pretty much just like John Cena, not even to the full length. That's my life. Like
Yeah.
that's, like
Yeah.
Cena has truly been around over 20 years. We're both 28 years old.
Hmm.
You don't start remembering things when you're one. You give it to that, five age roughly.
Yeah.
There's really only like a year or two of our lives that didn't have Cena wrestling. So that just the thought of him, like, I just try to appreciate right now every time that he's on. We know we'll see him again in,
Hmm.
some aspect, and we'll see him in movies. But the daunting like realization of what does he have, like eight dates left now? Eight or
Something like
nine?
that. Yeah.
He's got 8 or 9 dates left.
How
One
many of
of
them are
them,
matches?
yeah, one of them is him against Logan on Sunday, which we'll talk about in a
Hmm.
second. Another is him versus Brock at WrestlePalooza. Right there, you're only working with 5 or 6 left dates. I assume one of them is going to be before the match with Brock. At that point, you have like around 5 dates left, and there's still, a few more months left in the year, but one of those being the final match of his career. It's like, man, we're only gonna get like 3 more times we see Cena, 4 more times we see Cena of what we don't know. I would assume those are kind of the build up to his final match as well. So really, Cena Brock, that's kind of it. And then it's the
Hmm.
build towards his last match.
Yeah, it's really crazy when you put it into that perspective. WrestlePalooza is going to be here quicker than we know it, in all honesty. You know, Clash in Paris, though, this Sunday, it is John Cena versus Twitter's favorite wrestler of all time, Logan Paul, who today cut, heelish promo, spitting some facts at least about why he is the future of WWE. John Cena interrupts, and every face promo we get from John Cena just kind of more cements how little of a plan they had for the heel John Cena run. He's so good on the mic. He's such a natural. And we knew it when it was happening, but even more so now in hindsight, those heel promos just weren't so natural. You know, they weren't coming across great. Incredible on the mic tonight. Goes into the ramp, pulls little Belgium kid aside, apologizes for shitting on him right after that heel turn in Belgium. Cool moment for the crowd, sure. Again, just a little stepping stone towards their match this Sunday.
Yeah, and if there's anybody, as much as we see the people shitting on Logan, and some of it I understand, some of it's like, all right, whatever. If there's anyone that's gonna get fucking booed while John Cena gets astronomical cheers, it is Logan. I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
is this is the like what like I don't even want to say oil and water combo. I almost want to say like
Yeah.
oil and fire because it's like you put them fucking
And
together.
mixes. Yeah.
The mix is just an explosion. So
Mm-hmm.
I get it. You know, Paris, great crowd. The crowd's going to be loud no matter what. But with someone as hateable as Logan and as loved as Cena, do it in front of the great crowd. And you take a moment that, yes, this would have gotten a loud reaction anywhere in the United States. The crowd would have been into it. But you do it there, and now instead of it being a loud reaction, it becomes a historic moment. It becomes like one of those when we get the compilation of the best crowd reactions or the best crowd moments of the year, whatever, that's where something like this gets in when Logan's rained down with boos and Cena's entire theme is sung by the crowd. So I love the matchup. I know people shit on it, but I love it.
Yeah, I love the matchup. I don't think there's any reason to be shitting on it. Logan is incredible. He's a great talent, great on the mic. The charisma's unreal. He is one of the next big things. He is the future. He is one of the few guys that is deserving of the John Cena rub before John Cena is said and done. You know, even a year ago before the heel turn, if you were to ask me top 5 to top 10, who do you give John Cena in his final 10 matches or whatever it is, Logan Paul is probably in that grouping for me because of the exact reason. Like I said, oil and fire. Like it just mixes so well. It makes so much sense to have them two together. Do it in front of the international crowd. Why not? It's not headlining a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam, you know. Is it a little bit tough for some people, I guess, being, you know, one of his final 3 matches? Sure. I don't think that's the fault of Logan. I think that's the fault of the heel run, just not turning out how they wanted it to turn out. If they never turned Cena heel, we probably would have had more of the Cena dream matches that people, I guess, wanted to see. But it is what it is. I'm all for this match on Sunday.
Yeah, and I know this isn't like the way you should think, but if we remember, there were rumors that Cena's last Mania match or Cena's last match altogether were going to be against Logan.
Yep.
You know, both of those got rumored, and we never really bought into it. You know, we said it's possible with how much WWE values Logan, but we had mentioned like we'd be kind of surprised if that's the outcome. Like I could see it happening
Mm-hmm.
for sure, but I'd be a little bit more on the shocked side. This is where I envisioned it slotting in. He's got a couple matches left. Sneak it in. It's a quick couple weeks story. Crowd will be hot for it. Logan gets more boos. Cena gets more cheers. We are both assuming Cena gets a win here too. Logan does not hurt losing to Cena, especially coming off of being the champion. Like Logan will be just fine. I like the matchup. I'm excited for the match on Sunday. There is a chance this match fucking sucks, though. There is a chance this match stinks.
Yeah, I honestly kind of disagree because I think Cena's riding the high of that Cody match where that was a fantastic match. And I don't think he'll put on a stinker directly after that Cody match at SummerSlam. I think Cena is going to give it his all in these last few matches he's got to leave the crowd happy. It needs a couple more minutes. You know, I can't be a 5 to 10 minute match, maybe 10 at a minimum. I'd say, you know, hopefully it hits about 15, give it a little bit more time. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's not going to be Cena's best match ever. I don't think it will be Logan's best match either, but I think it's going to hit the spot. I think it will be just fine.
What match will be better, Cena Logan or Cena Brock? I
That's an
think they're.
interesting one. There,
I think it's actually like a lot closer than.
it is pretty close. I would say, man, Brock never goes that long, to be honest. You know, again, maybe they pull out the stops for the Cena retirement tour and he does pull out a 20, 30 minute with Brock, which is essentially like going an hour with Cody, considering it's Brock. But the athleticism of Logan is kind of unprecedented, to be honest. Not that it isn't with Brock. I think the Logan match might be better.
I think so too, unless we get a stipulation on the Brock match.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we could get a stipulation. The Brock matches are, and you know, I'm for the Brock return. I want to see Brock Cena, Brock Gunther, Brock Braun, Fatu, all these guys. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a lot of suplexes. You know, typical Brock style of wrestling.
For sure. We missing anything? Jade Tiffy, short segment in the back.
Kiana James quickly rolled up by Mishin, number 1
Dude,
contender.
that match was long,
Dude,
man.
I know. We're talking about long matches. I don't know if I can rewatch that one without falling asleep. I'm gonna be here all day.
Yeah, that's one where it's like, all right, rainy day, I'm off. I got a couple hours to spare. All right, I'll rewatch that.
Chelsea gets a loss right against Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
Sure, a little bit of an attack there. There's been rumors online about them wanting the Ethan Page Chelsea stable kind of on SmackDown. Call it up. Let's make that happen.
Hey, call it up and have Ethan win the United States Championship.
Absolutely. Have him be the guy to take the belt off Sami. And fuck it, put that U.S. title back on Chelsea for all I care. Have them make it the Canadian championships too. Run the gimmick from NXT right on SmackDown. I think it's brilliant.
I love it. Sounds great.
Love it.
All right,
Absolutely.
Trips, we'll hit that in the group chat.
Absolutely. Now, if you don't fucking like this video or subscribe, you're a coward.
Literally no other way to put it.
Fucking coward.